Hey everyone! Oh, hello everyone! It's Simon here from High Playing Games. Hope you're all having a great day. This is a rant slash channel update to inform you of some stuff that's going on behind the scenes. The really short version of the rant is I've been screwed over by a multi-channel network who have withdrawn their support without any notice whatsoever, and that means that some content that I have planned is probably going to change. I'm going to have to play it safe with things around rhythm action games and things like that until I sort out what on earth I'm going to do legally with this channel in the future. But don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. It just means I have to play it safe and work out what the hell I can and can't do whilst I'm on my own, essentially. So, let's do the long version in a second. Let me have a quick drink of cola. Because this is my second time doing this video where I need to try and make it a bit shorter because I got angry and rambly. So, I want to take a trip back. So, when I first opened up this channel back in 2008, it was all around game trailers, a little bit of gameplay, rhythm action stuff. Games that I wanted to share and love, and essentially that's not changed, but gradually over time I wanted to be a bit more prominent in what I was doing, so I'd actually talk over the gameplay and I'd do things and I'd try and show a bit more of actually me playing the stuff as opposed to just playing the stuff. I always felt it was a thin line between actually do you talk over gameplay or do you kind of just leave the gameplay on its own, that kind of stuff. But that all basically came about from multi-channel networks and their promise of being able to put up gameplay and sort out the legal stuff behind the scenes. As someone that wanted to showcase rhythm action games specifically, and quite a lot of copyrighted or copyright tricky stuff, partnering with an MCN would be really great because they take part of they take 202 3 2 1. Hello. That's the biggest hello ever. Everyone, it's Simon here from High Playing Games. Hope you are having a great day. This is a channel update slash massive rant about the state of something that's gone on behind the scenes. The really short-term version is that I'm going to have to be very careful about what I put up for the short-term future of this channel because my multi-channel network has decided to sever ties with no kind of warning whatsoever. And because I want to do quite a lot of stuff that's rhythm action heavy or copyright tricky, I need to review exactly how that all works now that I'm on my own and to decide what I want to do with this channel in the future. So expect some smaller games and things like that in the meantime whilst I sort some of this out. I'm not going anywhere though. Long-term version of it, and this is where my rant comes in. So let me have another sip of drink. I was doing this video before and I got quite angry, so I had to stop. So this is take two. If I want to go right the way back and tell like this is once upon a time story. So channel started here back in 2008, nearly coming up for 10 years. Woohoo. And it was all about, for me, a little bit of preserving history of gaming because I had all of these official PlayStation Magazine demo discs with like fantastic trailers on and games that I'd not played and stuff like that. And I was like, ooh, wouldn't it be fun so that we can all go, oh, do you remember that? Do you remember that? And then it grew to me wanting to show the games that I loved and things like that. And over time, like the first 5 years of the channel, I basically started to provide my voice onto things because I was a bit shy about doing that in the gaming world before. But naturally, I've edged slowly but surely towards a more journalistic-y type of channel, whether people like it or not. Soz. So in 2013, I contacted socialblade.com, who at the time were a that didn't work. Multi-channel network. Oh no. Have I got it? Yeah, I got it. And a multi-channel network essentially are recover my ear. The people that kind of end up being the go-between yourself as a creator and YouTube to place in ad revenue and things like that. But the critical thing for me was that they provided some of the legal and copyright expertise for certain types of content that you put online, notably gaming, because historically there's always been a problem with gaming content being monetized on YouTube. The rules around YouTube are that the content must be yours or predominantly yours, or 100% yours with like sign off from everyone else around it. Now, every time you post a gaming video, in theory, if you're to monetize that, you're supposed to own the game, created the game, made all of the sounds, done all of the gameplay, done all of the everything that goes with the video. And we all know with every gaming channel that's out there, nah, that's not the case. But the loophole in it is that if people are coming for you because it's your brand and you're talking about stuff, and you're the entertainer and you're providing value is the word, then in theory you can monetize that content because actually they're coming for you and your gameplay and your opinions and your emotions, all of that kind of stuff. Excuse me. So I'd been making that transition to being more in front of the camera and talking about things anyway. So I got in contact with Social Blade to kind of go, right, I'm feeling a bit of the heat now because I'm getting quite a few like copyright claims and things like that coming through for games where I was trying to show off the game really, really nicely and everyone's all going, no, you can't do that. So a company called RPM Network then contacts me back on behalf of Social Blade to say, yep, we've looked at your channel, that's all great. Tell us what's going on. Sorry, if you want to sign up to this agreement, you can get all of this and you get X amount of ad revenue from what kicks through. And they send you all of this marketing bump that comes with it. And the marketing bump includes, we're going to help you grow your channel. We'll help you with thumbnails. We'll help you understand the algorithm of YouTube. We'll help you with tagging and getting your content to in front of more people. We'll help you be famous. Actual quotes. And all of this kind of stuff that sets your expectations way up here. And me, I'm a bit of a pessimist. I knew they would deliver fuck all. So my expectations are way down here. I was just like, just sort out the legal stuff. I'm good. I'm not here for the money. If I got no pennies whatsoever, that would be fine. So we have a back and forth. When it comes to signing an agreement comes through from a completely different company on behalf of something called Maker Studios. And Maker Studios is one of the biggest MCN or multi-channel network. And they were a little bit smaller back then, so less of a drama. But essentially over these last few years, they've gone round to so many different YouTubes going, we love you, take on the world. And their marketing and promises, or their over promises, have basically got them in so much shit that they've got tens of thousands of YouTubers basically going to them daily going, you've not paid me. You've not helped me grow my channel. You've not helped me with my thumbnails. You're not giving me expert advice. You don't reply to anything. No. And so they've gone into like lockdown. They can't cope. They're skimming what YouTubers would say is their money because they're dealing with the legal side of stuff, although you never actually really get to see what the legal side of stuff is. So from a customer's perspective, it's actually really difficult to understand what they do and don't do. So it makes it look like they do absolutely nothing, even if they do work for you. It's very difficult to know. And so it comes to end of 2016, start of 2017, and Maker Studios are in the press emailing people basically saying, we're going to chop 95% of all of our people. We're only going to focus on a couple of hundred of our top earners, essentially, because we can't cope with anything else. So you're all going to be let go at the end of your contracts, or we're all going to get rid of you at some point, blah, 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 blah. You'll hear about it soon enough with your decision. Now, Maker Studio does not contact me. And I'm like, well, I'm sure it'll be when my contract comes to an end in December this year that I'll get a notice a few months beforehand just going, thanks for your time, but toodle pip. And that's fine. I completely expect that. Today, I log into YouTube to upload a video that I've just done. and it's got this massive message on there saying your MCN has disconnected from you. You are no longer eligible for monetization. You now need to go through Google AdSense to sort out your shit. At the same time, I then see a smash of emails coming through going, you've got a copyright claim for, you've got a copyright claim for, you've got a copyright claim for. I'm like, uh-huh. So there's several layers of shit that this brings along. So I'm going to go ranty, and I apologise in advance. I'm going to let it all out. Coke Sugar Rush first, although it is Coke's Pepsi Max, which I think has none. Never mind. Not sponsored. So, Maker Studios have not contacted me at all, and yet terminated the contract short without my contact, or without contacting me, without keeping me in the loop of any of it, because I'm hearing all of this through different websites. They've not contacted me at all, and that's just poor show. Whenever I did contact them on the initial signing up of the contract back in 2013, they were very quick to get me on their books. And then as soon as I was having an issue, and I've only ever sent them 2 emails in 2013, I've never contacted them since. So I'm easy money for them. It's been very difficult and very blunt, their replies, and it was essentially their fault. So the only issue that I've had with them was at the very beginning of the contract, they said, tell us and give us the links of every single video that you do not want monetized on your channel. So I sent them a list of all of the trailers and all of the videos where I didn't provide any voiceover whatsoever. Then on the second day I was partnered with them, they're all monetized. I'm like, oh. So I've gone through, started demonetizing them again. Going the next day, they're all monetized again. And I was like, oh, I'm getting worried because it's not my content. I didn't make those trailers. It's not my game. I don't even own some of the games. More. And so basically they go in and they go, we don't really care what you say. Every 24 hours, we auto-monetize all your videos. I'm like, oh my God. So all the trailers had to go because I was panicky over the fact that I don't own any of that content and I shouldn't be making money from it because it's not mine. So they all had to go. 5.5 million views down the shitter because they had some weird auto monetization algorithm. And I was like, well, fine. I still have all the demo discs. If this gets rectified at a later date, I'll pop them up again, and we'll have a giggle at the Playboy Mansion trailer. 1.5 million views of people watching The Sims naked. So, but then after that, and once I'd sorted that out, I've not really had a problem with them at all. It's just blanket silence. But it's now got blanket silence to the point where I've now not got them as a partner. Not that they were really partnery anyway. And it's just a poor show and bad customer service. So if you was a high-flying earner for them, I dread to think what level of service they provide them, because they give nothing to people who have been actually very low maintenance. All I'd have liked was an email that just said, actually, we're terminating your contract as of this date, even if it was early. Doesn't really matter to me. The second layer, though, which I think is quite sinister, is so I initially found out of this by socialblade.com sending me an email, and I was like, oh, I've not heard from them in a couple of years. Well, now I know why. Is that my contract was with Maker Studio, and they had all of these different partner companies that were going down, and Social Blade was just one of them. So even though I'd contacted through Social Blade, and then RPM, and then Maker Studio, I think there was a TGS in the middle somewhere as well when I actually look at my contract. So it's kind of like a weird 4 pyramid schemed shitter. They're going, oh, Maker Studio was horrible to us. You should come and join our Social Blade because we're welcome. We're happy to have you with us. We'll work with you. We'll give you everything that they said that they would do, and vice versa, and all of this stuff. The big thing for me was that Social Blade never told me that they'd split with Maker Studio, and as a person that started off at Social Blade, I should know. So again, I feel like I've not been kept in any of the loop whatsoever. Bad customer service. We have contracts, legally binding contracts, and it's just gone up the pisser because, and when you look at the contract, it's so vague when it gets to termination stuff, and the termination stuff is quite in detailed if you do something bad, but when they do something bad, it's kind of like watery vague. So I need to really look at what's going on with that. Not that I'm particularly fussed financially wise, because the money that comes in from this channel is pittance, and so it doesn't really drive me. But what does drive me was that legal help that came along with it. So if I was playing like Journey, and Austin Wintory's soundtrack comes on, that would get copyright claimed because it's his song. But I'd still be able to keep the video up and maybe run some ads, and they would get the revenue from it, and so on and so forth. And they'd sort out some of the stuff behind the scenes. And basically, if someone was like, no, I want that video completely gone and you're a bad person, I'm going to copyright strike you. Because there's a difference between claim and strike. It's like levels of severity. When that comes in, that's when that MCN can kind of try and help you out and basically guard your corner. And it makes it very difficult then to know what to and what to not showcase now that I don't have an MCN and I'm on my own. I need to research exactly what I can and can't put up on my own, and what is and isn't now monetizable, and all of that stuff. But just in general, for like claims of like guidance claims for YouTube, because not only do you have this in terms of just like generally like ad awareness and all of that kind of stuff, but I don't want to stick up, I don't know, 3 levels of like Loco Roco comes out in a week or so's time, and I'd planned a big thing around that, but that is so heavily soundtrack focused because you can't play Loco Roco on mute. Like you can't play Journey on mute. You can't play Katamari on mute. It's just, you can play Parappa on mute, but they will copyright you to the death and be like, no, we want all of that. And they want it all their way, but then I can't show the product in its full glory and then therefore recommend it without including the sound and stuff. Occasionally, visuals will also get copyright claimed as well. And the way how the copyright process works is that it's weighted very much that the content creator is guilty until proved innocent. So unlike most other law things, so I'll put up a video. An automated bot can go in and copyright claim it, even if they're lying completely. You have 30 days in which to say, no, I'm good, I've got the agreement, or I've got written permission for something, or you didn't even own that yourself, mate, go away. But then they have 30 days to sit on that reply and go, nah, and they might not agree with you. And then they'll go, no, I don't agree. And then they win again. And then you've got to go for an automated bot to sort it out. And you don't actually have any human interaction with anyone from YouTube or Google to solve this out until PS4. Until you're basically like in superstar ranks of having hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And even then, you're entitled to like 1 representative and 1 phone call when something really has fucked up. So it's heavily, I understand why it's automated. I don't understand why it's so ridiculously weighted towards the content creator being always the person with the crime all the time. And I've already been in some really stupid situations. And it worries me now that without an MCN, I'm going to be stuck with the same shit again. So, apologies, this rant has gone all over the shop, but I feel like I just need to get it out of my chest so that in my head, I know what I'm doing in the future. So, short-term content is going to have to be safe played. It's going to have stuff that I've already got written agreements to show. So these will be games that will quite likely be smaller indie stuff where I've already got agreements to place review videos out and stuff like that behind the scenes, because you have to organise all of this stuff. The videos just don't like appear everywhere. You have to sit and sort this shit out behind the scenes, which is fine when you know that it's safe. But when you're like, I'm going to play this game online, then it all goes shitty and tits up. So videos are going to be quite heavily around that until I can sort out what's going on. I'm going to review on whether or not I can go it alone as a gaming channel and monetize my content, because why not? If I can get a few quid in here and there, then I will. But that monetization, I will not turn on unless there is something like legally sorted that I can do. So let me re-explain that. So normally, the monetization part is paired with the legal stuff. So kind of one benefits the other. If I'm able to sort that all out on my own, I will. If I can turn off ads and keep the legal stuff, I will. If I need to partner with an MCN, I need to research on which ones are not going to screw me over quite as shittily as all of the other ones, and ones that I want. Basically, I just want transparency on the legal side, and in the who the hell have I signed up with side, because I'm so aware now that so much of this is now pyramidal. Oh, what a difference 5 years makes. And once that's all sorted, hopefully I'll be able to get back to like the rhythmy type stuff and games where I don't necessarily have to like mute music and stuff like that, because it's just not right. So yeah, I'm really sorry that this has happened. It's come out of nowhere. I knew it was going to happen, but I'd already made contacts with other people to basically say, if you come and contact me in August, September time, when I'm able to get out of my contract or the contract is going to be coming to an end, we'll be good for December. I didn't want it, I didn't expect it, and it shouldn't be happening now. So yeah, let that be a warning to people with multi-channel networks if you want to get involved. It's a really complicated and complex world that there's plenty of benefits if you go in with really low expectations, but if you actually want something tangibly out of it that's like help wise, you're not going to get any. Just take it for what it is. But if you can go it alone and you've got the documents to back yourself up, go for it. So yeah, sorry, that was really ranty. I hope that makes vague sense. Stick with me, and if anyone's had any ever been in this situation before, please do let me know. Because at the minute MCN's making me frazzled faced and very sad. And my bank holiday weekend, not only was it supposed to be going through for full time, was I needing to catch up on my full-time job that I do, is now going to be spent sorting out this shit. Take care all. Bye. No. Oh.